Okay, I've been using the Action 2 as my main FPV camera for a while now, but to be honest, I'm still not an expert when it comes to FPV or cinematography. So for the past week, I've been trying to research, watch different videos, try out different settings to really upgrade my FPV footage to the next level. I'm gonna cut right to the chase, I don't want to waste your time, so here are the settings I use on my Action 2. So if you came here for that, then feel free to just end the video here and try them out yourselves. If you're interested in the details I found on my research and how I got to those settings, also feel free to stick around. Okay, so the first setting where the Action 2 is a bit different than other action cameras like the GoPros is going to be the resolution. So because the Action 2 is small and light, which is awesome for FPV, especially cineboops, the battery in this thing is sadly not massive. So depending if we record in 1080p, 2.7K or 4K, the battery time is also gonna change. So if 25 minutes is enough for you, then I would recommend recording in 4K. When it comes to aspect ratio, I value having the most flexibility with my footage. Taking a quick look at the DJI website, we can see that 4:3 gives us a lot more screen real estate than 16:9. This is especially great for stabilization and gyroflow, or if we want to use the footage for mobile-oriented platforms like Instagram or TikTok. In the video settings menu, we also have the option to choose our frame rate. I normally keep this at 24 or 30 FPS, but if I'm planning to fly really fast and I want to slow the footage down afterwards, I'll also bump it up to 60 FPS sometimes. Having been through the basic video settings, we can now go into the advanced settings, and for this we need to enable Pro mode, the manual mode of DJI. So first go into the menu and enable Pro mode. After we've enabled Pro mode, we can tap on the right side on the main menu and we see a bunch of new options. What we want to look at here first is exposure. In here we have the shutter speed on the left and the ISO on the right. Let's first talk about the shutter speed. A general rule of thumb is that your shutter speed should be 2 times the frame rate that you're filming in. So for our settings, 30 FPS, that will be 1/60. Coming back to the right side, we can also adjust the ISO, which effectively is going to control how sensitive our sensor is going to be to light. Here we have two options. We can either pick a fixed value or we can specify a range. I would recommend using values between 100 and 400. And to make our lives a little bit easier, we're going to pick the 100 to 400 range, giving us a little bit more room if the conditions change. Okay, so quick anecdote before we move into the color profile. With white balance, I usually use the auto white balance because it's great on all DJI products. But I recently had a shoot where the light would alternate between natural and artificial light on the ceiling, and every time I pass under a different light source with my drone, the white balance would change drastically. So after this experience, I would always lock the white balance at a specific value so you don't encounter the color change. So color change also brings us to the color profiles that are available in the Action 2. So the Action 2 comes with two color profiles, the standard profile and the DJI Cine-like profile, which is similar to a D-Log profile you would find on other cameras with a higher dynamic range but an overall flatter profile. So the standard profile is great if you don't want to do any editing, but if you want to get the juicy cinematic look and apply some LUTs, you should definitely go for the D-Cine-like profile. If you also want to know how to color grade the D-Cine-like footage, I have another video linked on the top right corner where I talk about exactly that topic. Okay, we're almost done. Coming into the field of view, we have 3 different options, the standard dewarped, a wide and an ultra-wide field of view. And if you're not too close to subjects or you're filming a point of view shot where you can see the arms, I would always go for the ultra-wide angle so you can see as much as possible in your shot. Last but not least, we can do one more thing to improve our video quality by going into the settings and adjusting the compression.